Hey guys! So welcome to the very first episode of my TV series. It's going to be all about being who you truly are and why that is the key to living a great life. Probably lots of people are like, okay, I don't understand. I am me, so I don't get it. Being who you truly are and expressing your true self, both in life and in business, can make such a change for you, and how you can start to bring in more money because of this as well. So there's lots of good stuff in here. I'm going to be sharing just lots of tools, lots of practical steps that you can take in your life. For the very first episode, I thought the best way to dive into this was to kind of share my story, because that's really how I got the inspiration to share this with you guys, right? Is through my own journey of discovering who I truly am, or rather rediscovering who I truly am, and expressing myself and making money that way and all those sorts of things. I guess I'll start with a time in my life that was not so great, as most of these stories go. So it was about 4 years ago, probably my entire junior high school life, and then also 3 years after graduating high school, where I just really was not who I truly was. I was in this very heavy space. I felt super empty. I had this desire for more, for something greater, to feel fulfilled and happy and successful and all those sorts of things. But I just had no idea how to get there. And I thought, the best way to get there was 3 different things. First of all, achieving to fill a void, right? I just thought that if I accomplish this, then accomplish this, and accomplish this, then I will be happy, then I will feel fulfilled, then I will be successful. And I planned everything. I was like, okay, first this, and then once I get there, I'll be happy. And of course, a lot of those things I would achieve, but I still felt this emptiness and this unfulfillment inside. And then the other thing was I wanted to be liked. I wanted people to like me. I wanted to be perfect. I'd really worked very hard to create this perfect image, of getting 100 on every test and being the captain of the volleyball team and being the lead in the play, all that kind of stuff, because I thought that was how I was going to create this life that I wanted, which was happiness, fulfillment, success, like I said, right? Meanwhile, I really was empty inside, and I really felt like I didn't like myself. I didn't love myself. I was so hard on myself. So how the heck was anybody else gonna like me, right? And it got to the point too where I was starting to show physical symptoms of this unhappiness, where at the time I was working out twice a day, and I was eating lettuce for lunch. And after I ate my lettuce for lunch, I would get so bloated and so yucky feeling and sick. It's all I ate was lettuce. I had cut out dairy, I'd cut out sugar, all this stuff, right, to try to be healthy, and I still was getting so sick. But it's just my body telling me okay, something's got to change. And so I got to that point where I was okay, this is enough. Something has got to change. I demanded it, right? I was what is it going to take for this to change? And that's when I started acting on it. And my very first step was contacting a photographer, because at the time I kind of thought, okay, how am I going to live the life of my dreams? Well, I thought I was going to create this planner. People were going to be able to plan to create the life of their dreams, plan all the steps, all that sort of thing, because that's what I was doing at the time, and that's what I honestly believed it was going to take, that I wasn't working hard enough, wasn't achieving enough, all that stuff. Part of that was going to be I was going to build a social media account and create and sell these planners. So I contacted a photographer to take photos for my social media site. We met for coffee, and that's when she shared with me this golden nugget that changed everything, and that was the 6-phase meditation by Vishen Lakhiani from Mindvalley. And I took that meditation home and I practiced it. I used it every single day. It's 20 minutes a day. And that's when my world started opening up to all these other possibilities, all these other modalities. I started to let go of like the achieving to fill a void, the insecureness, being afraid of everything. You know, I started to gain a little bit more confidence in myself. And one step at a time, I eventually, you know, was able to be myself without fear. Probably one of the greatest catalysts of this was actually The Sapling, which is a book that I illustrated with my dear friend, and she's such a gem. Jessie Clausen is her name, from Glenella. She was the author. And we published this book, and it was all about this tree, this little sapling who was afraid to grow up. And once he grew up, he became, you know, the tree he was meant to be. And it's so funny because that's exactly what we were going through. You know, we were becoming all that we were meant to be as we created the sapling. For myself, as lots of you know, I'm an artist. And so for myself, it was showing people my gifts, like showing everyone in the world my gifts. And not just like paintings from a picture, like paintings from my head down on paper. So truly expressing myself, and also expressing myself spiritually, right? Because this book was very like, you know, like using nature or learning from nature, basically. It was a huge step for me to like express myself and not be afraid of the judgment. I mean, from then, lots of things have changed. I've carried on with lots of different projects and things like that that have allowed me to be more of me and let go of a lot of those insecurities, and just got to this space where I no longer had to look outside myself to feel happiness. I just knew that who I am, exactly as I am right now, is all I need to be. And that is where my happiness came from, rather than the outside things. And that's totally my goal for you guys as well, is to be in that space of just being so grateful for who you are right now. Like, nothing could change and you'd be so grateful. If people judge you, whatever, because ultimately, like, you being you is what's going to inspire other people to be them, and it's going to change other people's lives, not planning. Just you being you. The main goal of this video is to show you guys it just takes one step, and it doesn't even have to be in the right direction. It's just one step in a direction. If you're wondering what's a step you could take, I actually do have a free discovery call that you can have with me. You can book it with me through the link in my bio. We will talk for 40 minutes about your biggest dreams, the blocks that are keeping you from these dreams, and also just your next step, that step that it's going to take so that you can get to the life of your dreams, because that's all it takes, is one step at a time. If that doesn't appeal to you, because I know that's a pretty big first step, then you can also download the free meditation in the link in my bio. It's a meditation that I've created through lots of tools that I've learned over the years. It's not the 6-phase meditation. It's my own meditation that I use every single morning. I do only have a few spots available every week. So if you would like a call, please book right away, because I can't guarantee that there will be any spots available. And I believe that that's everything I want to cover. If you guys have any questions or like are interested in more of my story, please let me know. I'd be happy to chat with you. And that's everything. Have an awesome day, guys. Thank you so much. Until next time. Bye-bye.